Just because you put la in front of it does not make it French.
Why do we allow this man?
He's going to win it. He's going to win.
Calling it right now.
I mean, I felt like we called it episode 1.
We called it a long time ago.
Ev, you were disgraceful.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Idiots of F1. The three best friends anybody could have sitting down over a few imaginary beers talking about the weekend that was the Netherlands, the Dutch GP. How are you, Tay? How are you, Ev?
Good, thanks, matey.
Good to be back.
Great to be back. And what a way to bring it back on the sandy shores of Zandvoort circuit.
The Dune Sea.
The Dunes, yes, the Dune Sea. And geez, I mean, it all happened this weekend. We had crashes, we had engine failures, we had Lance Stroll, we had all things he could be doing, we had more of Oscar, we had a bit of Racing Bulls and Red Bulls. I mean, George Russell complaining. If you were writing a TV show, this would be the Super Bowl episode, you know what I mean? So let's quickly just go over, without going into detail, highs and lows of the race, Taylor.
Straight into it, are we?
Let's go.
Just straight in. I mean, no foreplay here, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, we could discuss, how, Oscar Piastri is pulling away finally.
Right.
Max Verstappen's finding some form. Isaac Hadjar is going bananas.
Well, I think, obviously the biggest high is Isaac. What a fucking effort from him. Crushed it with getting his first podium ever. Lows is Lewis. Super low. Super low. And obviously, Charles as well. But to be honest, Ferrari, a big low overall.
So if you are new to this podcast, we are going to deep dive on all the main racing incidents and events of the weekend without getting too highly detailed, so all you fair weather fans can jump in and enjoy yourselves. One of the things we will definitely be talking about today are those two big crashes. When I say big crash, one big crash, which was Leclerc and Lawson, and the other one, Sainz and Lawson, and then the other big one being Leclerc and Antonelli. And we're going to have a little debate at the end of this episode. Now, regardless of opinion from Tay or Ev, they will have to argue for or against, depending on what I've given them. We'll just, playing devil's advocate. It'd be good, as certainly with Lawson and Sainz, there's a reason I'm doing it with that one, because that was surprising to me and to Carlos that he got penalised, and I can already see Ev wanting to make an argument, get into this. Which is exactly why we're doing this.
Yeah.
So we're not going to get into it yet.
How dare you bring the good name of Lawrence Stroll's law firm?
Lawson.
No, the devil's advocate.
I hate it.
We can't keep that. We'll get sued for that.
All right. Well, Evan, a quick recap: highs and lows of the race weekend, mate.
Good to see the McLarens fighting it. Super close. Good to see. I know Ferrari had a bad week for lots of reasons, but it's good to see that they were consistent. That's what you want to see. I keep trying to tell you. You need two cars doing the same, pretty much the same time, and Ferrari had that. So that's good. Lance Stroll.
Lows.
Lance. Lance. He's part of my highs. In all seriousness, he did come from last and finish above his teammate. I think he came 10th or something. How?
He came 7th. Lance Stroll is basically the team mascot here for all the wrong reasons.
He's
and
default.
He didn't disappoint this weekend. He's Mr. Default. But I think we'll talk about him in depth when we get to him. But he couldn't have had the worst and best weekend all at once. He was all through the socials for all the wrong reasons.
Luck of the Irish.
The Canadian Irish.
How does
Irish
he live
Canadians,
with himself? I don't because he must
on a bed of money, mate. A bed of money.
Not his, eh?
No. All right. Well, with all that garbage to the side, being Lance Stroll, let's press on to the race recap, shall we?
Yes.
Right. We'll start with the podium. Number
It's not
one,
Dutch.
our man. No, it's not. It didn't say it was. It's French, actually. Or Canadian. French Canadian. Like
Just because you put la in front of it does not make it French.
Could be Spanish.
That is ridiculous. It's been a long summer, hasn't it, Diggers? It's been a long
it really
summer.
has. Right. Right. Getting back to the podium. On the podium, we had number 1, Oscar Piastri. Number 2, Max Verstappen. And number 3, for his very first time, almost kind of by default, Isaac Hadjar from Racing Bulls. Let's start with Oscar. What a magnificent week he has had. He got his Grand Slam.
Yes, he did.
Now, Evan, would you be able to describe to us what the Grand Slam is in the F1?
I think it's fastest lap in every practice.
No, that's incorrect because he
isn't
was
it?
slower than Lando in practice.
Because it's stuff like
So-
fastest, or is it fastest in all
I'm pretty sure
qualies?
No,
In all
I'm pretty sure
qualifying
it's.
sectors?
I thought it was just fastest lap in race.
I think it's
Pole.
just fastest quality. I think it's pole, fastest lap, and you win. And
Yes.
it led every lap of the race.
Yeah, maybe that.
Yeah, so he set the fastest lap, he led every lap of the race, and he was pole. So at no point was he ever losing, except in practice, which doesn't count. So thank you, Ev, for that explanation.
Yeah, no,
For not explaining it. Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, for not explaining it for
always.
everyone. Which, but it's great. I'm here for the exposition. So he set a track record for his qualities, which is great. So I think once he did that, we all kind of knew it was likely going to be
coming
his
away with
weekend.
it.
And then Stroll did what Stroll does, and it's not Stroll,
boy.
sorry.
Oh.
Stroll and Brake. Norris did what Lando Norris does best and just had a horrendous start. Max overtook him immediately, which really gave Oscar a lot of space to get started with. And like you were saying, Ev, throughout the race, we actually saw the McLarens quite close. Now, we'll talk about Lando here as well because he didn't make it into the final standings. What was causing that engine failure?
Do you want to go, Tay? It's
From what I saw was that it was a chassis problem.
no, it was an
stemmed
oil
from the
leak.
chassis. Oil leak. There we go.
That's right.
So whether or not part of the chassis broken, or it wouldn't. Well, you can't really deflect it anyway. It wasn't an engine problem, which Mercedes provide. The engine's already like pre-built. It was a oil leak. So some hose
And that
coupling.
And that fucked up his
And
race.
how did that cause the fire in the engine? Is that just the oil kind of on the surface of things
no,
getting
because
really
if
hot?
there's
and-
not enough oil getting to the engine, then the engine's just going to catch fire.
Seize up.
And once it does that, like everything else runs off of the engine as well, or whatever it is. But anyway,
Yeah.
it depends on where the
when
oil
you-
is, like where it comes, where you look at. Go on.
I know I give a lot of shit to Lando, but it was pretty heartbreaking for him. He's having a really good race. It's a great start to the season. He's going to have to, settle for second, and then to smell that smoke as you're coming around, what was it, last 10 to 15 laps,
How is
and
it that his-
you've got no points
His
today.
personality and Oscar's are so alike. When they're like, the guy was like, I'm gutted for you, mate," and he was like, "No, it was like, Orlando, you were fast. I just want you to know all weekend you were." He goes, What difference is it, mate?" And I was like, "Yeah, he's right." Like all that like pandering that we can't, emotionally soft parenting that we do, and the guy's like, "No,
Here's a
nothing matters
participation
in the
award
end.
for being the
exactly.
fastest.
Yeah, and you're like,
I mean, you were
I'm
going
so
really
impressed by
fast,
that.
mate. It's like, imagine watching a kid, forget even the engine problem. He wasn't winning. It's not like he was going
Yeah, he
really
was
fast
never
and
gonna
winning. He was.
overtake.
He wasn't going to take
If
him.
anything, that's even worse. It's like, Lando, you were fast all weekend, but you just couldn't pull it off.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
nothing was going to change.
I guess it's just not very
Nothing's
good.
good enough.
Yeah.
Nothing's good enough.
And-
Can't be the fastest.
I mean, what do we say about Piastri that we haven't already said all year? It was basically a perfect weekend. Well,
He's gonna win it. He's gonna win.
calling it right now.
drivers. I mean, I felt like we called it episode 1.
We called it a long time ago.
They're pretty good at that job.
Pretty sure we called it when he crashed in Melbourne in week
Yeah,
one. And we're like, this
This
guy's
guy's gonna come away with it.
Keep your eye.
And what's the bet Mark Webber tries to take all the glory from? It's like, as his manager,
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's go on to
director
Max.
of Cadillac.
Yeah, Max. I didn't really notice Max a lot in this race, other than the beginning. Like, I felt like this in Miami as well. He was kind of just he was kind of just there to be in the way, right?
I noticed more the king of the Netherlands, which I didn't know was a thing. And at the start, and I guess he hadn't been there before, or because it's the last time they're there for a while. And when we'll get to our buzzers at the game, but
yes,
whenever Mike Myers does a Dutch,
I love goal.
And he's always got this little bum chin. He's got of hair, and it's like, what is? Is he aware of this? Why is this a cultural thing in the Netherlands? Good.
Is it
small
Mac
hands
trying to be more like, manly? And he's trying desperately to grow that hair. Because some guys just take a lot longer in life to grow thick hair. Like, some people don't make it till they're 30 before they can grow a beard.
That was me.
What do you think? What do you think of Max? Yeah, no, you made up for it now. Did you look? Because for me, it was like I was watching. It was Max is there while we wait for the McLarens to get around him, and then that's where he's going to be.
Yeah.
What was funny was that you see that, and he almost fucked up on the second or third corner.
Yes.
To the point, but my God, he recovered that so well and still stay ahead of anyone else. I don't think they would have been able to do it. Maybe Oscar. Oscar, I think, would have been fine. Norris would have put that into a wall. But
I'm surprised Lance didn't crash then and there. Whoa!
Yeah. It's like he's 15
was still
cars
back,
ahead of me.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna crash.
He's still coming around.
Yeah, what was amazing was it didn't take long for Norris then just to reclaim that spot. So that idea that they even need to fight to keep positions when give it a few laps, I'm going to be on your ass and overtake you anyway is just nuts to me. How quick and how reliable, obviously, later in the race wasn't so much, but the McLaren has been all season to then just be able to dominate on top of Red Bull is just awesome.
That's going to lead me to my next question, because I know you're talking highly of the McLaren here, but the next comment where I'm going is the quality of the Red Bull car. Now, there was a few statements this week about Max in the Red Bull, and with someone like Yuki or Liam or anyone else other than, I guess, Checo, but more recently, no one has been able to perform in that car except Max. Now, we always love to talk about how that car is designed for Max, but now it's the talk is that car is just undrivable, and Max is just the best in the world, and if you put him in another car, he would beat you. And I want to know from you guys, Tay, we'll start with you. Is that car that bad, but he's just that good? Is the Red Bull Yuki Tsunoda placing good, and Max is just so brilliant he can still get second? Or is it just that Max just can't compare with the McLaren where it's at, or Oscar and Lando are as good as Max, and their car's just a bit better than the Red Bull?
I don't think there's any denying how good Max is. As much as we like to hate on the fact that he is. He is an exceptional driver, but then he spends hours upon hours sim racing. I think his passion is racing, everything about it. And I don't know if I could say that
it's
about
Sunny Hayes.
Oh, Jesus. I don't fuck me. I don't know if I could say the same with Oscar and Lando and even Lewis, any of those guys. I'm not saying that he's the GOAT by any means, because I think to become the GOAT, it's more than just driving the car.
Yeah.
Whereas I think Lewis is fundamentally, he will always be that no matter what.
Wow, we'll get to him.
But then, when Perez, even though he wasn't doing well, I still think he was doing better than every other second driver for Red Bull has come into this season.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm wondering if the car is just worse now, or is it just that the drivers aren't as good as Sergio? Ev, Tay's made it pretty clear, like, Max's driving ability is the key here. Mm-hmm. But how bad could that Red Bull possibly be?
I think it's just what he wants, what most of the drivers want. Not all of them, but they want the car to feel really twitchy, so that they can have the maximum amount of accessibility in how to turn it.
But predictable. I think twitchy but predictable.
Yeah, I know that those are counterintuitive, but that is twitchy might not be the right, but more sensitive. And Martin Brundle does a great analogy where he says, if you, imagine sitting in a shopping trolley, like we all did when we were kids. And you sit in the middle. If you sit at the back and put all your weight on the back, the front kind of lifts up, and it's a bit too light. Like you can't feel like you're steering it. And if you go and sit on the front, then there's no weight on the back, and so you can't really get any power, and you're just flipping over and shit. So, but you don't want to be in the middle per se, and you want that feeling to be more accentuated at the front and predictable at the back. So whether or not they've just gone down a rabbit hole to please someone with a generational amount of idiosyncrasy with his style and technique, that eventually you're going to come to such a minute point that not even he can, it's beyond his means, if that is indeed what's happening there.
Yeah, okay. Well, there was a question if he was driving the Racing Bulls. This is before the race, actually. If he was in the Racing Bulls car this weekend, would he have just won? Quick yes or no from both of you.
No.
Oh!
Okay, brilliant. Now, speaking of Racing Bulls, Isaac Hadjar coming in third. He scored his debut and Racing Bulls maiden career podium, which was fantastic. He also got driver of the day with a resounding vote, I think of like 86% or something outrageous.
It doesn't even matter.
The social media vote.
It doesn't matter.
Nothing.
Imagine, yeah. But geez, it's pretty awesome for him. He got a career best P4 in qualifying, which was already huge. And then obviously he went one better in the race due to Lando dropping out. So, that's got to be noted a little bit. But this is F1. Things go wrong, and that often leads to podium. Look at Gasly's only win at Monza.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we can say that about Max getting second as well. Max only just got second because Lando was out.
Exactly.
So.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we did have 3 safety cars in this race, I forgot to mention, which meant there was a lot of racing to be had. So he wasn't just cruising through at 4th and then Lando went out. He still had to hold his position a number of times. Which he did fantastically, arguably against faster cars. And he got 38.6% of the popular vote.
Did you see how quick, how far ahead McLaren were that they were able to double stack during the safety car?
Badly.
Oh, and it was
badly.
bad.
The same wheel gun. Twice it got jarred.
Well, it was the jack
slow
as well.
Slow is something and something is fast.
It was also the jack for Lando's as well. Got stuck under his front.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God. They should have got the guy
if
from the
Sonny
movie.
ran over the chick in that team.
Jesus.
So, in case you hadn't noticed, Ev just finally watched the F1 film, and a few weeks ago, I went on a real big tirade, and he could just sit there and laugh. And now he's seen it. He sent us a plethora of messages about why he couldn't.
I'm wearing my
handle it
Sonny
either.
Hayes salt and pepper goatee.
Can't believe you died at Salt. Anyway, sorry.
Right.
We
Okay.
digress.
Well, we'll move off the. Is any last notes for Isaac Hadjar? I'm
I'm stoked for him. The fact that he went, from crying into the arms of Lewis Hamilton's dad to now
he should have
coming away with a podium.
watching Lewis
huge.
cry on the sidelines. Yeah,
instead of because there's a beautiful shot of him not knowing where his team is, and who is it from McLaren, is like just standing there and like looking awkward, like, what are you doing here, buddy? Because this team are like on the other side, and he's never been there before, and so he doesn't know where anything is. And then he looked like a lost child looking for their
in Disneyland.
It was like
I do love that. I
Yeah.
do love that when
Zach
you
Brown,
win,
sorry.
or you're on the podium, like with Hulkenberg. You've
Yeah.
never done it before.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
don't know where to go, and there's no one to tell you what's going on. You just kind of got to figure it out.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
no dress rehearsal. It's
What
just
I
the
did-
way
yeah.
you go.
What I didn't know was that you can't go up to anyone until you've been weighed and
No.
done all your regulations or whatever
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is, right? So, like, they must have made that mention because he was, like, clearly looking and he'd never done it before. So I was like, hang on, you can't do that yet. You got to go and do this stuff and weigh yourself.
It's like you've told a dog to stay,
Yeah.
just wait.
Yeah.
He's like, no.
He should have
I'm so
like
excited.
when Helmut Marko would like hold out his hand to give him a high five, he'd be like, "Oh, how can I help you now, son?"
Sorry.
Psych.
For no one who can see Ev, he was flipping off the camera.
And you know what? And he breezed in ahead of George, and I'm interested to hear your thoughts on
George.
Russell. So it was a good couple of seconds in front of George. So there was one point in the race where George had to give up his spot to Antonelli. It wasn't without complaint, but he did, he did oblige.
He submitted.
He did submit, and then Antonelli obviously didn't end up doing
Shit
very
the
well.
bed.
What was going on with that, with Russell and Antonelli? Why were they making him swap?
I don't remember.
From what I can recall, because to be honest, I mean, it was pretty boring apart from his one
Yeah.
altercation with Charles. He was just a slower car. He was doing his lap times were slower than Antonelli's. And so the fact that they made them swap when Antonelli wasn't even within a second. So so he literally did slow down and
To let him go.
And I'm like, why didn't you just wait? Why couldn't you have just waited? Have him get up on Russell's ass to then be able to do it, properly rather than losing time by Russell.
George, we're going to humiliate
slowing
you in
down.
7 laps, not this lap.
or is it George just going, I'll show you, oh, you want me to slow down? I'll slow down. I'll show you going slow.
It could have been one of those bitchy, immature, emotional responses for sure.
I think it was probably
been
just, well, if we're going to do it, let's just do it now. Go, get around me, and then I'll give me more time to catch up to you or something like that.
He's pretty
Anyway, he
pragmatic,
wouldn't have been
George.
happy. Yeah, he wouldn't have been happy with that, even
And that
with
was-
the result of fourth.
yeah.
Just being behind Racing Bulls would have given them the shits the whole day.
And also after, because I'm pretty sure that move happened after the fucking overtake Charles did on him, which you can imagine he was whined out. he was probably bitching away there about he was off the track. He was off the track.
I saw something today about how I forget what one driver, Lewis is getting penalised for even before the race begins. It's like a rule.
Yes.
There's a rule in football that you can still red card someone after the game's finished. They were talking about how Lewis only got like a small. I don't even think it was a 5-second penalty or anything. He just got like a reprimand for not dangerous driving, but just like, And
For
then,
when? Before the race or after? Which
when-
part are you talking about?
wasn't it George? Sorry, Lewis. No. God, I'm losing my brain.
I don't know.
It was
Lewis has been given a penalty for something.
Yes.
5-second penalty.
No, it was about
no, 5 grid penalty.
yes,
Five grid penalty.
Yeah.
not Oscar. When Charles overtook George on the inside, and like Mario Kart style, and he didn't get anything. He just got a small reprimand from.
Oh yes,
The FIA,
let's talk
And
about
it
that
was
because
like-
I want to know your thoughts. I've seen a few internet thoughts here.
I'm sorry, that took me so long
me,
to get
that
to
is-
that name.
That is not an overtake. That is going off the track and coming back on. Like
Well,
he
and
clearly
also
cut
he
the corner. You
hit
can't just
him
cut
as
the
well.
corner.
Yeah.
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 So what was the? And I've noticed this. I know I like to talk about things like publicity and marketing and journalism stuff. I've got a page, my Big Red Fire Truck page on Facebook. I don't use
Plug
Facebook,
there.
right? So it's just there to post stuff. And when you go onto a page that you don't use, it's full of all the rubbish that they want you to read or that is being read by others. Or if you hesitate on an article for half a second, you get that 20 million more times in a different wording. And what I found is they're basically just baiting. It's all baiting all the time. And the only thing I saw pop up on this was like, well, clearly it wasn't the internet's outraged at George for being upset. Leclerc. It's like, no, they're not. They're not, because it was basically, I don't know what we're questioning here. It was pretty illegal overtake. He was off the track. The commentators briefly weren't sure.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh no, yeah, clear of the line here. Like,
it was really odd as well, because he did cause a collision with that overtake too. But there was no there was nothing for that.
A driving incident.
A driving incident.
And
oh, that's right. This is what the article said. I can't remember who they were quoting. Could have been your mate, Ev. They were like,
Will Buxton.
Jacques. But if that's a penalty,
I thought you were going to say one of the guys from WTF1, and then they got bought out from under them, and now they're with anyway. Sorry.
They were saying if that's a penalty, well, we may as well just stop racing then. And okay, yeah, that's. I don't even know if it was Jack. It's just one of those comments that was unnecessary. It's like it's not black and white. Yeah. If anything, it was. I thought it was outrageous though.
If anything, Jeremy Clarkson's like, yes, finally, that's racing.
Yeah.
It was all for it.
Let's kill each other. Like, okay, mate. So, all right. Well, that was George's amazing day. Alex Albon comes in at 5. A surprising result, actually, because he wasn't having a very good weekend, basically, up until the race. He didn't have a very good quali because he got stuck in the pit. I mean, he didn't. I wouldn't have called that an eventful race for him. Just kind of, put a good time in. He kind of sat there like.
Didn't he make
we had
up
Behrman
like
close
6
behind
places in the first lap or something?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he
right at the start.
crushed it at the first lap.
Yeah.
And
then kind of just that was his race for the rest of the day. Is this a sign that the Williams cars had huge improvements? Were there big upgrades or anything on the Williams car?
No, I don't think anybody's. I don't know if we're going to have time to touch on it today, but yeah, to get to what was it, 2 years ago when everybody just stopped paying attention because the season was already over by midway.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of, and it's very easily could be Oscar, his car crapping out next race easily, and it's only one. It is only one, race's amount of points that he's gained over Lando. But there's no upgrades. Nobody's doing upgrades.
It's all 26 stuff now.
It's all 26.
Okay.
So the narrative's already
Williams
written.
has just found some form. Yeah, right. Because I was pretty impressed because Sainz, until, his little moment, was doing okay as well. But yeah, Behrman in the Haas, 6th. It's pretty huge for him. His best result of the year, isn't it?
Surely.
I can't remember. I don't think he's done. I know he's had a few good races, but I don't think anything as close as that.
No.
But yeah, so that was huge for him, huge for Haas.
It's
the other
great
Haas,
for
Ocon, coming in
rookie.
10th. So usually, not only great for a rookie, but Haas at this point of the year are usually like 16th, 17th, 18th. They're nowhere to be seen. So I think either everyone's looking towards 26 more so than we even think, or they've found a bit of magic in that car and they've learnt how to race a full season essentially, or build over a full season.
This is shockingly bad, but I've completely blanked on who the fuck the second driver is for Haas.
Esteban Ocon.
Oh, that's right.
I just said
Did you just say his name? I didn't even pick it up.
Brilliant.
But I was just like, I think when you said it, I was there going, fuck, who's the other driver? I could not remember him. That's shocking. That is just means how much.
Ocon hasn't really been, other than like being seen at events with his new girlfriend. Like he's not having moments in races. Like even when he was doing badly at Alpine, he was having moments. Him and Gasly were having fun. So he's been quietly achieving quite a nice year for him. He's holding his value quite well.
Yeah.
I think he's been having fine form. So he came
Consistent.
in at 10th. So pretty solid day for him.
Yeah.
Coming in at 7th, Stroll Watch.
Oh yeah, Stroll Patrol.
Our man. Let's talk about the weekend that Lance Stroll had. On Friday, the first thing that I saw pop on my phone was messages, classic Stroll. Oh my God, Lance. And then I opened up Instagram. There's a photo of Lance in there, and I'm like, Lance being the most Lance he could possibly be. And we're all rolling our eyes going, what a loser.
Like he's
What are
driving,
you
like
doing
he's driving
here?
the wrong way around the track and cars have to like swerve out.
Just in reverse.
Get out of the road! What are you guys doing?
He must surely have now been. He must be number one on the deconstruction poll for the cars, right? He'd
be beating Alonso now.
Oh, if he wasn't crashing out? Or what are you talking about?
No, as in, like I'm saying, after this weekend, I'm pretty sure he's above.
Based on points,
Yeah,
probably.
Which is outrageous.
Yeah.
Well, did you see, just on that front with Alonso, did you see how pissed he was? Because he got asked, it's like, how are the new tyres? He's like, I wouldn't fucking know. You put me back in the pack and I haven't been able to test them.
So Stroll came in. I mean, I don't know why Stroll didn't get. I know. Look, let's. I'm going to assume Stroll was walking back to the paddock with his dad. I should have got driver of the day. Stupid Hadji getting a podium, like, because for Stroll, that's a really good day. You coming from the back of the pack, and you're coming in 7th, and you're beating Fernando Alonso. You know, it's a pretty strong day. You'd be feeling pretty good.
I do not understand how he keeps doing it. I don't understand it.
Let's break him down. Would we agree? This is my point of view, and then you guys give me your thoughts. He is a genuinely capable driver. He can drive fast and he can drive well. You give him the right car and he can do it sometimes. Other days, he's trying to do the same thing and he laps in concentration. He's not as focused as everyone else. He makes too many mistakes. He takes moves that are irresponsible or moves that are a little out of his league. Like, he doesn't respect his own boundaries, I think. So if
he doesn't know them.
Yeah, exactly, right? So he isn't self-aware enough to know he shouldn't try and do that overtake or whatever, and he crashes, you know. That would be how I see him. What about you, Tay?
I mean, there's a reason why he's still driving, and it's not just because of daddy. Like, at some point, it would get to a point where if he was that horrible... here we go.
He's one of the youngest podium winners.
Like, I mean, he was good. I mean, he did well in F2, F3. I mean, fuck. I don't know. I think sometimes you're right. I think it does come down to his concentration. I think it does come down to maybe his knowledge of the track. Some are better than others. So I think, you know, there's all these variables. And then also, I guarantee he probably has that massive thing on his shoulder where he's always got a certain, like, to perform a certain way. And no matter what, he can't win. Like, also, not winning in the sense of winning the race, but win in the sense in the public eye.
It mustn't help when he's quite short. He's much shorter than his father. And his father...
What has that got to do
because his father is, like, physically and imposing, like a fucking silverback gorilla. He's a huge guy. And so if it's like Dr. Evil's and Dr. Evil's son, who was that guy? And it was like Scotty.
Seth Green.
It's like, how can I possibly relate to you? You're so different than me.
Yeah.
Hey, anyway,
I'm cool. I'm hip.
Do you want to hear my journalism? The top 6 million. Lance Stroll's crazy pit stop drama. #source. That's what he ran over his own guy. 5.1 million. Max Verstappen rages, but he gets increasingly more furious with Lance Stroll. With the tagline being, "Is this guy fucking blind?" 3 million. Stroll warned 7 times by his engineer.
Jesus.
How to buy your way into Formula 1. 2.3 million. Inbred ruins Aston Martin. 2 million.
Wow.
I could go on.
Hang on,
there's some Spanish language as well.
What's the millions to do with it?
What's the million?
YouTube videos. Oh, views on the
views.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Gotcha.
Brilliant. Well,
you might have needed to clarify that.
Edit that out. Edit that part out.
That's all right. No, I like that. We're keeping that in. Fernando Alonso, pretty forgettable day for him, simply because he lost to Lance Stroll, number 8. Wasn't very happy with the strategy that they gave him, as noted earlier. Coming number 9, Yuki Tsunoda finally broke. I think it was like a 7 race pointless streak. Yeah, and he finally got himself 2 whole points. Which is great for Yuki, I guess, because it ain't doing anything for Red Bull. So, yeah, we'll move on from him pretty quickly. Esteban Ocon, as I said, 10th. And then running off the final 10, Franco Colapinto, 11th. And I just want to briefly stop off at Liam Lawson and Carlos Sainz.
Oh, yeah.
They had a little altercation. The only thing, we'll get to it in better detail later, but the one thing I wanted to note is the way that Carlos reacted to Liam Lawson. And he's like, who was that? Oh, of course it was him. It's always this guy. He's a fucking idiot. Like, what happens in the paddock after everyone finds out what they actually said about each other? Did him and Liam go, leave it on the track, buddy, high five? Or is Carlos
probably
like, fuck off, man. Yeah. Just like, get out of my race.
So the only time they have to be in each other's presence is there's a drivers' meeting on the Thursday or Friday.
Yeah, okay.
And then if they see each other in what Tay's alluding to is the press area
circuit.
Oh, yeah.
And then on each day they have 3 managers, like team principals. And they'll also do an interview with 3 randomly selected managers for the manager run and randomly selected drivers for the. They're not they're random in inverted commas, but other than that, and if you're, and the only other time is when you get out of the car after the race, and you're waiting to get weighed, and they're all like holding their helmets and shit like that. That's the only time. Otherwise, you're winning and you're going upstairs. That's it. So that they like very rarely see each other.
I just had this. I just had this image of that. You know that Muppet character that does the side eye. So Lawson like sees.
Yes.
It's like, don't look at me. Don't look at me.
Well, for their little incident, Carlos got the penalty, and he was absolutely blindsided and shocked by that.
I think we all were.
Who was? Who did? Me? Yeah. Oh man, it's weird. I mean, when you've got a sport like this, or even we're talking about rugby union a lot over the last few weeks. When you've got this many rules, people are going to get them wrong. It's just the nature of the racing and the nature of sport. You just got to let it go and go, okay, well, that was this week. Next week's probably going to go the other way. Who knows? Sauber, Nico, and Gabriel Bortoleto, 14th and 15th. You know, I guess you could say that's consistent. Then we've got Kimi Antonelli for Mercedes at 16th, who had a horrendous crash with Charles Leclerc, knocking Charles off the track. A gap that was there, but he seemed to not want to take and just drive straight into Leclerc.
He understood.
Yeah. I mean, it was a bit stupid. Like, it was a gap to take, but he obviously didn't prepare himself.
It was unnecessary.
That felt very Stroll-esque, actually. And then the only other racer to finish was Pierre Gasly for Alpine at 17. So we had Lando with his oil leak, Charles Leclerc getting taken out by Kimi Antonelli, I'm sure by mistake, because Mercedes didn't need to beat them in constructors. And then Lewis sliding off the track because he's not the best driver.
He went on the paint.
Oh, calm down. That's so unjust. Did we want to touch on the fact of how he crashed, or?
Well, yeah. Let's talk about that now because we're at the end of the lineup now. So, so they were labelled in the 5 winners and 5 losers of the weekend. Ooh. Ferrari were labelled as one of the 5 losers. They recovered from a challenging Friday to get both cars into Q3, something Lewis hadn't done since Silverstone. After all, he is the GOAT.
While they lacked a few races.
Yeah, I know. While they lacked the pace to fight McLaren or Red Bull's Max Verstappen, I love it's not Red Bull's Max Verstappen. They were easily a match for Mercedes on race day. Also, it would seem, I guess. Do you reckon when Kimi had that opportunity to take Leclerc, there was kind of like, we'd rather you take the chance and crash, or it was just bad timing, bad.
It just
driving.
seemed bad.
I don't think Toto's going, do it, Kimmy, do it.
Oh,
Like,
they do. They
there's
do.
no fucking
It
way.
does get like that though. If you don't, because at some point they'd rather, and they, might even need to have some crashes, if that's what it takes, just to get some eyes on your team. But
It does bring Mercedes a lot closer to Ferrari, by the way. They're only 12 behind.
all of that Drive to Survive stuff, and you can see Christian Horner is like, if you stop going for that, if you don't try, it's just that your older brother's gonna pull it off anyway, and it's like, well, you have to try. But it was so amateurish the way he, as Taylor said, he just kind of like slowly went around the corner as if like he was looking.
Yeah,
You're like trying to reverse park a car. And
that's
you
a
hope
good point.
you don't
Almost
hit
like
anything.
he's keeping too many eyes
Yeah.
on Leclerc instead of focusing on taking the corner. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, am I going to hit him? And then just pulled his
And then
eyes
you hit
straight
him.
into the car.
Yeah. Then you did.
Oh, jeez.
And considering also Charles literally just came out of the pits and was just like, he was still getting his tires warmed, he was still doing all that, so Kimi probably would have had an opportunity later on.
Exactly. There was no need to do it then. I mean, I didn't realize that was actually Hamilton's first DNF, funnily enough. So just that,
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
good
he had-
behavior.
he has
there.
missed out on points, but
he
Yeah,
was
of
in
course.
the top. He was in the top of consecutive races or whatever, in the sense of how many
Maybe-
races he.
maybe
Go on.
that's why George let Antonelli pass so easily. As he went by, he gave him some hand signal because Leclerc made that bullshit pass around him, and he's just like,
It's like
some secret Mercedes hand signal, take him out.
order 66.
Yeah, the Germans had a secret. It's not a secret hand signal.
Okay, yeah.
Not a secret.
All right.
There's your edit
There's
there,
not a
niggas.
secret.
Yeah, that's my one edit for the thing. All right. Well, we'll move on from Ferrari. That, a somewhat eventful day. Something that was good to see because I was glad we didn't just get a race, where Oscar pulls out, Lando pulls out, and Max pulls out, and then whatever happens
then that's
behind him
it.
isn't all that
Yeah.
exciting. Yeah. So I was happy with that. I quite love the design of that track as well.
It's a really
The
nice track.
banked
I like.
curves.
Yeah.
I want more banked curves in the F1.
So my understanding
What a
is that
corkscrew.
track is going to be every other year. Is that correct?
So I think that's what they're doing that with. They want to do that with Spa.
Yeah, and
They want to
Spain
do it
as
with
well.
Monaco. Yeah, Spain.
Yeah.
Kind of get all the old school tracks.
Yeah, but rotate them every other
rotating,
year or
yeah.
something. Yeah. To be able to keep all the tracks, but also get in the money tracks.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well, with that in mind, we move on to everyone's favorite game show.
Oh, dear.
Haas, you've been paying attention. Every week we go head to head and we talk about, well, depending on who's hosting, if it's Ollie, we're talking about the race, we're talking about the next race. We're also talking about food and geography and history of
And
the
the
country.
culture, yeah.
I, on the other hand, be focused on racing this week, next week, or past races, or stats of the tracks that we're on. I enjoy watching you guys fight it out. The opportunity for our audience to hear your buzzer every week. So
That's so fucking
Quickly
bad.
become
What-
a crowd favorite.
there will be 8 questions. The last 2 questions will
Here come the
incorrect answers will
quote-unquote
receive
rules.
negative.
There you
Well, that's
go.
it. That's
There
the
you go,
rule. That's
yeah.
the one rule.
Okay.
The person with the most
We'll
points
see.
wins.
We'll find out.
I think there is it. Tay on 8, Ev on 7, or are we all equal? You 2 on 8. Let's just say it's equal. It's end of summer time. 8 all, 8 apiece. Let's go and let's listen to each one's buzzer. Who wants to give me their buzzer first?
I think mine's
Tay.
going to be mine's going to be the same lines because I fucking didn't think of anything. So what I'm going to go with is
Lando's flying.
nah, yeah, shut up.
Lando's crying.
Yeah, Bongana Blitz.
Nice.
Flapjack and a cigarette? I see there's no please in you.
So we're just a bong and a blitz. Okay.
Yeah, bong and a blitz. I had to do the whole thing.
Ev?
I was also going to do gold member.
Always Austin Powers with you guys.
Yeah.
Not me, Ev, but I'm taking it from Ev this time.
So instead of that, I did find something, and it's I've been thinking about it all week, well, yesterday, and it was it's from Alex Albon's audition to be starring in a romantic drama about a marriage that's falling apart at the seams. My buzzer is, why do we do this to ourselves?
It really was way too long of an introduction.
Which was him getting kicked out of Quali 1, I think.
Yeah, brilliant. That is actually a better story.
Fuck me, dude.
All right, so we've got Ev with why do we do this to ourselves, and Taylor with Bong and a Blitz. All right, let's get cracking, boys. Question 1. Australian Oscar Piastri has extended his lead for the Formula One Drivers' Championship to 34 points. That's a freebie. After winning the Dutch Grand Prix, while title rival Lando Norris failed to finish. Is this the most amount of points that Oscar Piastri has led by this season?
Bong and a blitz.
Tay.
Yes.
It is. Well done. 1 point.
50-50 chance.
Nice, easy one coming up.
Oh, God.
It's an easy one to get you back into it. All right. Question 2. At 9 championship wins, at 9 race wins, what other significant driver?
Why do we
has
keep doing this to ourselves?
I didn't even know where that question was going.
It is Mark Webber. He also
they're tied for 9
apiece. Yeah. Well done, Ev. Okay, one apiece. Question 3. How many DNFs has Lando had this year?
Oh, fuck.
Why do we keep doing this ourselves? I'm going to say 2.
It is 2. Well done.
Ah, that's where I was going to go.
Now, I must ask you, Ev, if you're going to do your buzzer, do it properly.
You have to do it properly.
Why are we doing? I know, but it sounds better.
The buzzer doesn't work until I finish the buzzer.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'll give it to whoever starts their buzzer first. All right. All right. So it's 2-1 to Ev. Okay.
Fuck.
Question 4.
That was quick.
Who has this one's multiple choice, so please wait until I have finished.
You shouldn't have given us a warning.
Yeah.
Who has the most Dutch GP wins? Is it A, Max Verstappen, B, Jim Clark, C, Niki Lauda, or D, Jackie Stewart?
I'm going to blitz. Niki Lauda. C.
Incorrect.
Fuck.
Free hit for Ev.
Jim Clark, please.
It is Jim Clark. Good work. 3-1.
Was that a guess,
So
Ev, or was that?
No,
did you know that?
The second he said it, I was like, I bet it's Jim, because Jim Clark's like an unsung hero. Yeah. Everybody knows Jackie Stewart. Everybody knows Sterling Moss and James
enough.
Hunt. And I knew the second it was that.
Nikki, Jackie, and Max are equal after Jim.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Question, and I knew when I looked at that, the other 3 names would make it much harder once you did the multiple choice, and I wasn't sure if you guys would guess Jim Clark. All right, 3-1 to Ev. Question 5.
Fuck.
What year was the first Dutch GP raced?
Stupid fucking question.
Why do we keep doing this?
I feel like we have questions like this often, Evan.
I'm gonna say maybe. I think it's in the 50s, and I'm gonna say 59.
No. 3 hit, Tay.
Is there a fucking range here? Is it the closest to? That's like,
no,
or is it just
it's
like
not.
on
you
the
have
date?
to guess the year. I have to guess the day, the year.
Fucking 73. I wouldn't have a fucking clue.
It's 1950.
Oh, 50 on the dot.
Yeah, the only reason I was making you guys guess that is I'm pretty sure Ollie's asked that to us before, or he certainly mentioned it several times. So I thought you guys might remember that. All right, So 3-1 to Ev. 3 questions left. Question 6. Who has the fastest lap at Monza?
Bungana Blitz.
Taylor.
Is it Bottas?
No. I think it used probably what. No, he has Azerbaijan, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, he got the top speed of an F1 car at Azerbaijan or something.
Yeah, something
I
like
thought it was top speed at Monza.
Yeah, he may have got top speed.
Yeah.
I think he did in Mercedes, I'm going to go with...
Fuck.
Well, I'll just go with Max. I think that's the obvious one.
No.
Yeah.
Lando.
Fuck no.
Has the fastest.
No, it was the
Yeah, he
fastest.
got it last year.
It was the fastest
Could've been
speed for
him.
Bottas. That's what threw me.
No,
it was
it
the
was,
fastest speed.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'll give you
Damn.
another chance with this one because there was a bonus question if anyone got this right. I thought someone might get it. Okay, so with that fastest lap,
What the time
gotta be-
is.
yeah, what was the time?
Thanks, Tay. You made that
What was the
worse
time?
by
First in.
correctly correcting.
First in. Come on.
1 minute 14.
No. Taylor?
1 minute 12.
No. 1 minute 21.
Ah, it's a longer
Well,
race.
you guys
than
were
I
even
recall.
within 5.
These guys are
Yeah.
slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fast as ever is so slow. Okay.
I forget how
2
long
questions
that
left.
track is, actually. I
It's
forget
quite
how
long.
long it
And-
is.
and-
Yeah.
And it has a few dense chicanes
Yeah,
too.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. 2 questions left. Negative points on this one. It's 3-1 to Evan. Question 7. How many repeat winners, as in who has won 2 or more times at Monza? How many people have won 2 or more times at Monza?
I'm letting Ev go.
I'll make this closest to. I'll give it to you if you're closest to.
How many people? I'm going to.
Let me give you a clue before you guys guess. It is a lot more than I thought it would
Oh,
be.
God damn it.
It's
Why did you say
definitely
I'm trying to
it's
moneyball it.
it's definitely double
How
it's
many
definitely
could
double
there be?
digits. It's definitely double digits.
Fuck off.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot.
I was gonna go like 8. Look, I'll have a guess.
Is that your answer?
No.
Someone answer. 3, 2.
I'm gonna say
1.
17.
All right, and Taylor.
I'm gonna say 14.
It's 24.
Fucking hell.
All right.
it's
Well, I'm
even
at
that
2.
high.
It's 2-1.
Also,
Well,
I shouldn't have to
technically-
have answered when Ev got it wrong.
No. But I'm not going to give any minus points there. It's just
Okay.
bonus
Yeah.
point.
All right.
I really don't want to give you the point because you weren't even
he
close. It's
he
like you were
wasn't even
7
close.
off.
That's bullshit.
So let's leave it to this question, right? This is worth 2 points. And okay, I tell you what, this is worth 1 point if you can tell me what happened, and 2 bonus points if you can tell me the year.
Oh, fuck.
Okay? What is known as the Black Day of Monza?
Fuck what's wrong. Why do we keep doing this? It's Ayrton Senna died on the Sunday, and someone else died there on maybe the Saturday or the Friday.
You're on the right track, but you're incorrect. It has nothing to do with Ayrton Senna, but you're on the right track. This is because Ayrton Senna didn't die at Monza. He died
didn't.
at Imola.
Yeah.
I always get them confused.
All right. Well, there's a minus point. So, Tay, if you could tell me what happened, you'll at least equal Ev. If you can give me a year, you get bonus points. I wasn't sure how famous this was. I read about this today.
Yeah, it is. I'm just thinking of that one with Senna and their younger kid the days before. I can't even.
It's nothing to do with
Was
Senna.
it? Was it
No,
when?
I know. I'm just saying, as in that's all. That's the only crash I can think of. That was a weekend where 2 died.
I'm gonna
on
have.
a weekend.
I'm gonna have another go, and my second guess is Javier Bardem crashed into Sunny Haze.
No.
At-
Oh, my God.
At Imola in that yellow car.
Black Day of Monza. Come on, Tay.
No, I haven't got a clue.
You
I'm
don't
not.
know.
I don't
Okay.
even
Well,
know.
The Black Day of Monza is 3 drivers died, 3 top-level drivers died, and it was in 1933.
Holy shit! Yeah, I was never going to touch that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could have
Who were the drivers?
Looking at, I mean, I'd never heard of them.
Yeah, we wouldn't know anyway.
One thing I did take note of was when looking at the repeat winners, one of the winners had a Nazi Germany flag as his representative flag.
Oh, that's fun.
And I'm the one who gets cancelled.
I'm not. No one's getting. I'm just.
No,
it's interesting that
it's an interesting
it was
fact.
over that period. It was over that period
yeah.
where that was their national flag, and that's still considered his national flag as a driver.
Oh, right, yeah.
Crazy. Yeah, you forget about those things, really.
Yeah. Like,
But
we're so quick to call it an offensive flag, but that was their national flag for some time. It's absolutely crazy.
Also, the fact that you think we'd know about those crashes back in the 1930s, it's almost 100 years ago.
Yes, but it's the Black Day of Monza.
I mean,
it's pretty
it's
like bold title, you know.
For sure, for sure.
So you might know. That's why it was a big bonus question. Anyway,
no one ever touches on it though.
No, it's just surprising because
Yeah.
I was surprised to read about that. Anyway, Ev comes in as the victor at the 3-1.
No, it wasn't
So
3-1.
the
He
score-
lost a point. It was 2-1.
Oh,
in the
2-1.
end.
2-1.
Yeah.
Sorry, 2-1.
That's 'cause I'm a good
you
sport.
lead 9-8 because I have no idea what the actual score is. Let's say it's 9-8.
get
Keep
back.
it interesting.
Yeah, fucking hell.
All right. Well, congratulations, Ev. Right now, before we run out of time, we're going to have a very quick debate. We're just going to pick one of the crashes, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you each a minute, and you're going to one of you will be for, and one of you will be against, and you have to tell me who was actually at fault in the Sainz-Lawson crash and why.
All right, bless me.
For will be for Carlos Sainz, and against will be against Carlos Sainz and for Lawson.
Jesus.
Okay.
That's the only way we can say that we're defending Liam Lawson for anything, is that we're attacking someone else.
So I have my watch in one hand. Which hand is it in? First to guess gets to be for Carlos Sainz if you get it right. Which hand is my watch in?
Left.
Right. There you go. Oh, perfect.
It's in my right hand. So Taylor will be for Liam Lawson.
This was meant to be. God damn it.
So, all right.
I even did my buzzer.
Stopwatch. Okay, Ev, you have no more than 1 minute to tell me why Carlos Sainz was not at fault, despite getting a penalty at the Dutch Grand Prix. Your time starts now.
I say, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, why do we allow this man to have to drive against boys making mistakes like they do? I say, sir, you need to be maintaining a level of decorum. You don't see
I
other
mentioned you're
people.
wasting your time
Jesus
because
Christ.
you know you got 30 seconds, mate. Give me some sort of argument.
Let's see
You-
how long he's going to go with that.
Yeah, I don't have suspenders. Yeah, look, you can't. What's Lawson doing? What do I have to do? What case do I have to? Why don't I just show you the video clip and you'll agree with the rest of the world that this guy's a fucking
okay,
moron?
well maybe start with why they gave Carlos Sainz the penalty and why they shouldn't have given them.
I don't need to know why. Because
Okay,
they
so
were
you've
covering
made a
their ass.
horrendous
They were
case.
covering their ass.
Any last words?
I
Any last words?
I-
with 5 seconds. I think 'cause
can't
Tay can
even
win this, by
remember the
way.
details.
All right, so you've given us no information. Ev,
This is
I'll
why
give
you
10 more
failed in
seconds.
English.
Give me an argument as to why it wasn't Carlos's fault.
I wasn't paying
You've got to give me
attention when
something,
this happened.
otherwise Tay's just going to beat you.
Did you
Don't do
even
it,
see
Tay.
what happened? Did you even see what happened?
I was
That's
not
why
paying
you got
attention.
nothing to say.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
This-
you're lucky that you got the 4. Now.
Do you
Now,
want to,
we'll just-
Digby?
well,
maybe
Taylor,
what you should do is
I
just
need
give a
another laptop.
recap.
Yes.
Let's just do a
No,
recap.
what I'll do is it'll just be Taylor. You didn't get to pick the watch, so you need to give me the 4 why Lawson wasn't at fault and why Carlos Sainz deservedly was given the penalty. Your time starts now.
Ooh.
So at the end of the day, Sainz just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. And Lawson was within his right of taking that corner and being able to essentially hit Sainz without any repercussions. And this is just how the F1 plays out today in this race. It really ties into then later on with what happened with Charles and Russell, where Charles just blatantly crashed into Russell to take the corner. And that, my friends, rests my case.
All right. You've got 30 more seconds if you want to give me any more information. Why did Carlos deserve a 10-second penalty?
He didn't.
No, well, you've had your chance.
You had your chance, mate.
Yeah.
New evidence has come to light.
At the end of the day, like in the real world, if you hit someone from behind, you're automatically at fault. And that is exactly what Sainz did.
That's true. That's actually
well. As the judge, I will award full penalisation to Carlos Sainz. Liam Lawson, you are free to leave, my man.
Okay.
Shame on you, Carlos.
Now I also want to say, I think it was absolute bullshit. and Sainz should never have been fucking Lawson. That was all Lawson's. He should have got
In the words of Lieutenant Caffey in A Few Good Men, it doesn't matter what you believe, it only matters what you can prove.
Yeah,
and you've proven that the call was correct, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is why Carlos Sainz was given the penalty.
I'm so dirty.
Oh, brilliant.
So dirty.
Okay, well, we shall move on. We preview Monza this weekend. We get another race this quick. I'm very excited. Monza's fast. It's exciting. It's good for McLaren. It's good for Aussies. It's good for surprise results. Hard to overtake, but it's got some high speeds and a very, very passionate crowd. So last year, going into the weekend, Max Verstappen actually led the Drivers' Championship at 295 points and was 70 points ahead of Lando and 103 ahead of Charles Leclerc. Red Bull Racing had 434 points and led the championship from McLaren and Ferrari.
What a difference.
And what a difference the end of that season made, because McLaren clearly were ahead. So it's a bit different this year. McLaren look unstoppable. Absolutely unstoppable. So it's not like there's a big chase kind of happening. I think most of the competition will be seen now between Ferrari and Mercedes. But in saying that, let's talk about Monza. It is the Autodromo Nazionale Monza. That's how I pronounce it. The reputation is the fastest track on the calendar, demanding low downforce setups and high top speeds, while challenging brakes due to heavy braking zones and requiring good traction out of the chicanes. The circuit's long straights make tyre wear a lesser concern, but high fuel consumption a significant factor. The atmosphere will be huge, especially as Ferrari are at least fighting for something this week, and they seem to be in much better form. How do you guys feel coming into this weekend? What are some of the interesting factors we can expect to see, other than obviously McLaren probably going to take it?
For me, it would be cool to see McLaren do the 1-2 like they did with Danny and Lando all those years ago.
Yeah, and we can repeat it with Oscar. And
exactly. And Lando's like, oh, I didn't come first again. I hope Ferrari redeems themselves. I really do. Like, I saw a fact where now Lewis is the top Ferrari driver to never
or something, or
get a podium. Yeah.
Oh, but he's the GOAT.
Oh, you're an asshole. You can still be a GOAT and have a shit season.
Sonny Hayes is the
I'm
GOAT.
an asshole. I'm just saying I'm just playing it how it lies, man.
Okay, all right. In the rough.
All right, well, yes. I mean, look, that some big moments in the past we can look at is Max and Lewis actually having that altercation first chicane.
And thank God for the halo for it.
The halo saving Hamilton, because Max kind of just did what Max likes to do, which Leclerc's obviously taken notes on, and just squeezed his way into an overtake that doesn't exist. And he just about ran over the top of Hamilton's head. Gasly got his first and only ever Grand Prix win here.
Yeah.
Danny got his final Grand Prix win here and famously did his little shoey.
Yeah.
And it's actually the first tattoo that Zach Brown had to get after Danny got his podium to get the Monza, win. The most boring looking track tattooed onto his arm. It looks like a limp penis, basically.
Okay.
There have been many formats of this. Many formats of this track. I kind of preferred. I forget the years. Maybe it was around the 70s, where you had the current track in its iteration now, but then it had that extra loop at the end, which you often see the drivers walking along that incredibly steep bank.
Yeah.
That was a much longer track than it currently is, because you had that whole extra loop coming around before the final corner.
It used to be all of those tracks, like that's why Silverstone is so. The footprint of it is such a large area, because nobody ever knew how much road you needed to test like Bentley blowers and the very earliest like Ferraris and things. So yeah, those banks are like suicidal now. But
well, unsurprisingly, Ferrari has won by far the most. McLaren's actually won the second most races here, with the Mercedes engine being the second most winning engine here too. Colapinto made his F1 debut here last year, and Antonelli made his FP1 debut as well.
Yes.
And as we talked about, Lando had the fastest lap, but he also had the fastest quali, which was 1:19, which was about hundredths of a second faster than everyone else. So it was all pretty close.
Or 10 seconds slower than 10, I think it should be.
Lando ended up only getting third, and we had Leclerc at number 1, Piastri number 2. So it was a big weekend for Leclerc. It would have been an amazing win for him. I can't see that happening again, but anything can happen in the F1. You could have a triple crash out at the front. You could have Lando, do another bad start, and Leclerc and Hamilton just driving on through. I think let's talk about you guys. What do you think your podium will be this weekend? And who's your fastest lap? Tay, let's start with you.
Oscar Lando. God, I feel like I'm so predictable, but I'm just. I mean, right now the season is kind of predictable a little bit. Can
we all agree it's probably going to be Oscar Lando, Max?
Yeah.
Are we all in agreement with this?
That's the thing. I don't necessarily think will be Max. I think maybe I'm going to put Charles up there. I'm going to put him at third.
Okay. Well, I was going to say, I think it's going to be
they might
Piastri,
have some
Lando,
sort of a playing chaos,
Max,
I don't know.
But yeah, well, let's say all things going well. I think the interesting thing will be fastest lap. Maybe like I could see Leclerc getting fastest lap. I just don't see him getting third.
Yeah, I don't know if Ferrari's up there with the speed though. Yeah.
Yeah, they're faster. They're just not that. Yeah, but perhaps there's a big gap and they just do a quick tire change.
Oh yeah, I mean potentially. Yeah. I mean, as we all know, fastest lap doesn't mean shit anymore. Like you don't get a point for it. Like it doesn't. It literally doesn't matter. Yeah. So
right.
I mean,
you kind of on the same wavelength.
That's what I'm worried about. This season seems to be so predictable.
I mean,
I think still exciting for us because we want to see Oscar win.
Yes.
Yeah.
Still a battle for the drivers, man.
That's the thing. It's not going to be boring in the sense of racing. It'll just be boring in the sense of like it'll be the same teams, I guess is the thing. Yeah. And then Max.
Yeah. So, all right, well, where do we let's ask a different question. Where does Yuki finish this year?
Hang on. This year in Monza, I think he's going to be outside of the 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so too.
I don't need specifics. Outside of the 10.
Yeah.
I reckon 8th. I reckon he might get an 8th.
Nah, I don't think he's going to get points.
Track. All right. Well,
what about Kimi?
There you go, folks. Kimi,
I think he might be outside of the track as well.
I read something today that there was.
I think Mercedes will both. I bet both Mercedes will probably be behind Ferrari if they're as fast as they.
Someone was already saying about one of the journalists was saying that within the paddock, that like he's got the rest of the season to drive for next season. That's how disappointed they've been in since what, like the second or third race. Yeah, like it's been actually.
Yeah, I mean, everyone
quite disappointing.
Everyone was making fun of me because I remember making a statement some while ago. It's like, why are we all thinking that George Russell's going to lose his seat to Antonelli? He hasn't done much at all. Yeah. He had one really good race.
No, I think the argument was that the fact that Kimi was actually doing better than all the other rookies. And he had potential there. He was. Like, I mean...
That's true, but my point was more that as a driver, not including the rookies...
for sure.
He was going okay. He wasn't, like, beating George consistently. And, like, we forget that George beat Lewis consistently. You know, like, that was happening
and he's the GOAT.
Don't turn.
My point being, like, everyone was so quick to brush George, like as if Max was going to take George's seat, but Kimi was going to stick around. I was like, Kimi isn't doing anything.
I think because people want George to lose his seat.
I don't. I like George there.
Yeah, we know you like George.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is the preview for Monza.
No, Ted's got the underneath, and I've got
Make up your own damn minds.
Yeah,
you got the balls.
Teamwork. That's
okay.
Ollie taking credit for
we move on
while he's winning.
Move on to the final round, which is what's Verstappen, and we'll take a quick 20 seconds explanation from each. And as you could hear earlier in the debate, they're not too good at filling in their time efficiently. These are not going to be like really intense questions. They're more just stuff we didn't have time to cover.
Sure.
A lot in the episode, so it should be easy to keep brief. I just want 20 seconds. So the first question is going to be obviously an amazing result for Isaac Hadjar coming in at P3 in the Racing Bulls, significantly better than his counterpart and Max's counterpart at Red Bull. Should Isaac be driving for Racing Bulls, and is there a stronger argument to say that the Racing Bulls car is performing better than the Red Bull car? Taylor?
No. I don't think he should be driving for Racing Bulls, and I don't think necessarily that the car is better than the Red Bull's car. Because at the end of the day,
you think he should be at Red Bull?
Are you talking about Isaac or are you talking about Max?
Yeah, I'm saying are you saying that Isaac should be driving at Red Bull, or he should be staying? You should just leave it as it is.
I leave it as it is. He shouldn't. Okay. I think it will do him a disservice to go to Red Bull in its current state.
Okay. All right. Ev.
Speaking of, just talking about Kimi Antonelli, and this is his first year, and Tay, you said something about in the game show about having having experience at the tracks. Kimi Antonelli and Isaac Hadjar are in the same boat.
Yeah.
And Isaac Hadjar has had a even higher hurdle to get over with that horrendous first race in Melbourne. Then like Kimi's kind of like so yeah, I
Kimi's just got a better publicist.
Well, maybe.
Kimi has Kimi he had that whole documentary on him. That they were talking about was how.
So the white guy gets a documentary, and the brown guy doesn't. Is that what
he's French?
I think he's French Algerian, isn't he? Or is he French Egyptian?
No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying race has anything to do with it. I'm saying that racing doesn't seem to have anything to do with it. I do. No, I know I do. Anyway, starting your 20 seconds now. Where should Isaac Hadjar be, and where should Max Verstappen be?
I mean, what do you want to accomplish? Do you want to boost?
I'm saying based on the performance of Isaac Hadjar, is it Isaac Hadjar should be being moved into Red Bull, or should Max arguably be just jumping in a Racing Bull?
No, I think that you'd be. You keep it as it is, as Tay was saying. I think Yuki. I think this is Yuki's last season, or his.
Yes.
Yeah. And I don't think Honda aren't coming in next year, but Honda may. But anyway, so you might have to keep Yuki there just to appease Honda until Honda are officially out, and then that's all. And then we'll see what happens next year. What are we at?
So,
What else?
yeah, okay. So you're just thinking it's just more driving ability than cars performing well or not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise,
Cool.
you
All right.
could, because there has been some smoke about Max going to V-carb.
Okay.
Just to try to, if that's a better car, parachute him in to get some points.
That's why I was bringing it up.
Yeah. And so, why don't you have a team of Max and Isaac, and then just boost V-carb in the manufacturers constructors championship.
Which was my question,
Boom.
which I wanted your opinion on. That's what I want your opinion on. What is your opinion?
I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see so much. That's all I want to see.
Ladies and gentlemen, it took 2.5 minutes, but we got an answer.
For our 20
Everyone wants to see Max Verstappen at Racing Bulls.
Yeah.
All right. Next topic. Cadillac, to the shock and surprise of no one, have announced the two drivers have been announced for Cadillac in 2026, being Sergio Perez and Valtteri Bottas. Do you fellas think this is a strong decision, and how do you think they will perform next year? Taylor, 20 seconds starts.
For them coming in brand new, they needed the experience, and I think those are the two good drivers who are most recently lost their seats and are still enough of a trend, enough of in the limelight to still be a draw card, exactly, to really boost. So yes, I think great choice. Yep. And I'm excited to see them back in the track.
I think this is the equivalent to signing two Sonny Hayes. I don't think it's going to work. And they're both like number 2 drivers as well, which is weird. Like, that's a weird relationship.
Okay, that's a good point. Now here's my last and final question. Who gets to be number 1?
Bottas.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Agree.
I don't think Sergio would.
Well, Sergio doesn't really get a choice. That is unfair, but okay.
We talk mind you, though, it depends who brings the money, and so Sergio probably brings in more than Bottas.
Bottas goes basically viral, got the two. How does he keep doing that?
We've basically got the two number 1, number 2 drivers in the F1, and Bottas, I would say, and Bottas is more the Scottie Pippen than that. If Hamilton wasn't in the team, he would be a multi-champ, he'd be a multi-time drivers champion.
Yeah, 100%.
In that Mercedes. Yeah. So it would be really interesting to see how they both drive. But going in, if I was team principal, in my head, I'd be like, we don't have a favourite, but it's Bottas. But we don't have a favourite. I'll let you guys decide for me, but in my head, I would be assuming Bottas would be coming out.
And that's a good point you bring up, actually, because in direct comparisons, Bottas has won a lot more and is a much stronger number 2 than Perez ever was. So I don't.
Yeah, but arguably in a better car, so it's hard to tell.
Yeah, but I don't see, if Max wasn't in the picture, I don't see Perez being a world champ.
He wasn't. He wasn't winning.
So,
he was. What isn't he, 3rd or 4th anyway?
Whereas I see Bottas, he could have been a world champ.
Yes. Yeah, and he won some convincing races like the 2018 Oz GP and things like that. All right. Yeah. Well, that will do us for this week. We've got Monza coming up this weekend, as mentioned earlier, so make sure you all stay tuned for next week in our recap of what is sure to be a very fast race. I'm not going to say it's sure to be exciting. We don't know. Let's hope it is. So thank you, Tay. Thank you, Evan. Thanks for a unique debate today. I don't know if I'll ever add that to the episode again.
That was shit.
You had the easiest job and you still couldn't.
Why do I keep doing this to myself?
I even warned you. I even warned you about the debate. I never warned you about anything. It's the only thing I warned you about. Anyway, I hope you guys were yelling down the phone at home as to why it wasn't Carlos's fault. Any last words, boys?
No, just good to be back.
Yeah, I can't wait for Monza. It's going to be awesome. All right, till next week,
bring
everyone.
On Oscar.
Oh, yep.
Oh, no, I was just going to say bring on Oscar.
You couldn't even let him finish without interrupting.
Oscar.
Oh, shut the fuck up, Evan.
And now I've interrupted you.
All right, good night, everyone. Bye.
Good night from him, and it's good night from me.